It is the SPCA's mission to promote the humane treatment of animals and to prevent cruelty to animals. Many people claim that they don't visit the SPCA because they find it depressing. But the reason some animals are kept in such dreary places is because people choose not to desex their pets. And because people can't provide suitable environments for these animals, there are over 5,000 animals put into the SPCA's care each year alone. Perhaps some of the tough questions we should ask ourselves about the animals we keep as pets are: can we keep animals as companions and still adjust their needs? Is our keeping companions as animals in their best interest, or are we exploiting them? Despite many positive adoptions, there are still limited homes for unwanted animals.
One of the simplest solutions, and it's a proven method of getting down the numbers of unwanted animals, is just to desex animals.
The most common operation we do here is desexing, so that's staying and neutering of kittens, puppies, cats, dogs, rabbits, occasionally rats, and the odd ferret now and then.
Well, a lot of people underestimate the urgency of desexing because they don't realise that they can get pregnant so young, and they don't realise the health consequences if you don't get them desexed quite young.
So desexing is such an important message that we need to get across.
And it's really something that everyone should be doing.
Either a female kitten is going to be spayed or a male kitten is going to be neutered, and they're administered general anaesthetic. And with the male cat, it's a fairly simple operation of just cutting open the scrotum and removing testicles, and just tying everything off, and then they wake up after the anaesthetic. And with the female, it's more a case of actually having to open the abdomen, remove the uterus and the ovaries, and then stitch it all closed again. Generally they're given pain relief and usually antibiotics after the surgery as well to just aid in the recovery. But with kittens, they usually up and plain sort of half an hour after the operation.
Because while we are finding homes for all the cats and kittens that come into our care, we shouldn't have to be here to do that. We need to keep the numbers as low as possible, because I'm not sure if people realise just the sheer staggering number around the country of animals, cats and kittens especially, that come into SPCAs and other shelters around the world.
There's no shortage of puppies and kittens out there wanting homes, and so we really don't want any more puppies and kittens than necessary.
I mean, there's really no necessity for it if the animals are desexed.
There's also big health benefits to desexing as well, especially with your female dogs and female cats. If you desex them early, you greatly reduce their chance of things like mammary cancer, which is obviously a really, beneficial thing. Some people sort of sympathise with them. They sort of think, oh well, I wouldn't desex myself, why should I desex my dog? And people just don't really understand that desexing isn't a bad thing. It's a really positive thing, not just for their pet but for the whole environment.
The SPCA do a lot to promote the desexing of animals. Each year in January and February, there is an SPCA desexing caravan set up in Porirua to help those who have little or no money. Each day that the caravan operates, the vet and nurse on board desex over 15 animals. This morning, a member of the public brought a female stray cat into the SPCA caravan to have it desexed. The staff soon realised that the cat was already pregnant. Because the cat has a couple of weeks before birth, the most humane and sensible way to deal with the situation is to put her under a general anaesthetic, abort her kittens, then spay her. When she is released back into the wild, this will prevent her kittens from having kittens, and so on.
A lot of people ignore stray cats that are just hanging around that, but quite often those stray cats are going to have kittens, and then those kittens are going to become problems. So we like people to try and take a bit of initiative, and if they've got stray animals around, doing something about them before they become a problem rather than waiting until they are a big problem.
Not only do the SPCA have to do a lot of desexing, but they also deal with neglect to animals and cruelty to animals.
The most common thing has probably been where somebody's sort of kicked or beaten the dog, and they've broken a limb on it. Sometimes it can be somebody throwing a cat or something like that. Have dealt with stab wounds in dogs before, and have had a number of cats brought in that have been killed in rather unusual circumstances. We sometimes have to carry out postmortems and do an investigation into those sorts of cases. And then we get the really weird ones now and then, like the odd animal that gets set on fire, which sometimes they're fixable and treatable, other times they're either dead when they arrive or we have to put them to sleep. And they're quite often doused with accelerants. And we're generally here to try and help all animals and just promote welfare in general. We want people to be able to look after their animals. We don't necessarily want them coming into us with them. I'm happier if they take them to their own vets because we have more than enough work here. But yeah, if people have animals, they need to be getting them looked after and need to watch all the animals and the rest of the community. And you know, we're here to give advice. We can't help with everything, but we'll help with what we can. We don't have unlimited resources. We don't have any government funding. We rely on donations from people to do all the work that we do.
The SPCA urge people to desex their pets. If you don't have a pet to desex, there are still many ways that you can help. Adopt, donate, or volunteer. But most importantly, spread a positive message around desexing and help thousands of unwanted animals each year.